Gemini, this is the good stuff coming towards you right now for whenever you are watching this video. We will be drawing your bonus cards at the end. So let's just get right into this, Gemini. Here we go. Your Moonology. We have adjustments are required. Okay. Maybe a detour, seeing things differently, doing some analyzing. Seven of Pentacles, maybe. Hangman energy, maybe. We'll see. It's just kind of saying that nothing is set in stone. Things are changeable. And that's, hey, that's a good thing. That is a good thing. All right, let's get your spirit animal oracle. Oh, personal choice. I can't believe this has come out like 3 times lately. The last time I've used this deck. Amazing. All right, so this is a fun thing that you can do along with me right here. So, personal choice. Close your eyes. What animal do you imagine? What strengths are they known for? What wisdom do they share? Embrace these qualities. All right, so I'm going to do it. What animal do I see? I'm like seeing like a ton of different animals just flash before my eyes. I'm seeing squirrel. It was like a rolling tape of all these different animals. So squirrel. So let me know in the comments below what animal you saw. I saw squirrel for you. So it says here, always prepared, because I saw the squirrel like gathering their nuts. You are the expert of hard work and hard play. Your cheerful and fun disposition is a blessing to everyone. Don't let life's distractions take you off course. Make a plan for the future, and life will give you all you need. So, yeah, there's planning here. We'll just put our little squirrel over there and let me know what animal you saw in your mind's eye. I am curious and I really want to know. All right. And squirrel. So it's just so cute. People say it's just a rat with a fluffy tail. Yeah, so rats are cool too. They make the ones that are domesticated make great pets. Yes, they do. All right, elegance. Ooh, look at this. It is found in the beauty of nature, the lotus waiting to bloom. Be the swan on the water and glide. I was talking about grace and elegance. That gives me a queen feeling, like a Queen of Cups. Even Queen of Pentacles, I feel that kind of grace from that energy. All right, let's see what we have here. Ooh, we have 4 of Swords. Maybe in the stillness of your mind, that's really where you can come to what you need to do, what adjustments need to be made, taking a time out, basically. 6 of Cups. We have a gift here. And now we have Temperance. There's an inner alchemy going on here. Let's get the other rows and then we'll clarify one row at a time. Here we go. Oh, I think we have some more turning over here. It's too many. Okay, it was like a whole booklet. We didn't want a whole booklet. We just need 3. 3 cards. Okay. Oh, 10 of Wands. Perseverance. Sagittarius energy. We have 2 of Swords. Intuition. Oh, Death card. Scorpio. Transformation. Oh, this one just flipped over. Oh, I swear. This has got to be a universal energy. That just has to be. This is coming up for everyone. 4 of Cups. Dissatisfaction with how things are going. Maybe just with the way the world is going. Because, now I'm starting to think this is quite possibly looking at the world as a stage and just seeing what's happening everywhere. 4 of Wands. So 4s are about stability. And then we have the 5 of Pentacles. This is the good stuff's read. So that's change we have there. And this is actually a Taurus card, which I think is important because Taurus is all about your material value and your self-worth. And this is part of that journey. So I think it's really important when that card comes up, there's a shift happening. Oh, yep, there's a adjustments required, 7 of Pentacles. We call that. Ooh, 10 of Cups on the 6 of Cups. And the Queen of Cups, there's that elegance coming in and self-care and self-nurturing here, Gemini. I know, what an exciting reading. You've already clicked off. Okay. 4 of Swords. This is saying you might need to take a break, just a time out. Not because you did anything wrong. You're fine. You're not in trouble, okay? It's just time to look at where things are in your life. This feels like, it does feel like accounting. Let me get my reading glasses on. It does help. So this is a time in your harvest, okay, in your season. So this is about knowing what season you're in. And this right here feels like the season of taking a break, taking a time out, and then just kind of looking at where you've been putting your resources. And do you need to prune anything? Do you need to make adjustments? Are things not working in a certain area? Time to prune, time to change things around a little bit. This is saying that you're getting very close to completing something, getting close to a harvest, but it's not quite there yet. And I think it's really important that we know what season we're in, depending on what you're doing, because you could be having things that are growing in many different areas of your life, depending on what you have going on. And so it's really important to know what season you're in. And I have to stress that, because if you've just started something, you've just planted the seed for something, you can't expect a harvest really quickly. Usually, things take time in the material realm. We have to give it time, we have to be patient, and we have to be willing to do this self analysis here with the 7 of Pentacles. Of where your time, effort, and energy is going. Is it going towards the things you want to go? Time to kind of move things around. We have the 6 of Cups and the 10 of Cups. Wow. I mean, happy family. It feels like there's some type of gift coming in, or you're going to be receiving or giving gifts. 6 of Cups can also be just a card of nostalgia. So this is looking back possibly to the past, and we do have that reflection here. So it is saying that you could be contemplating your past, but in a very cathartic way. Now, the Queen of Cups here is telling me you have turned your experiences in life into pearls of wisdom. So anything that was painful or a struggle, you've changed it into a learning experience. And that's the best thing we can do with the past and with things that happened to us that wasn't so great. But it doesn't gloss over the fact that bad things happened. But this is about not sitting around and marinating in negative thinking and things like that, right? This is remembering the good stuff, but letting the rest go, right? That's what I feel is happening here. And when you come to this place where you can let things go and you can love yourself, your whole self, the good and the not so good, then you have this happy family. It's like inside and outside is what I'm seeing here. Because we have this Temperance angel, and that's also about patience. Let's just tear it down. It's about changing your circumstances. And we see that change here in the bottom row as well. So this could be many areas of your life that you're feeling this type of change, kind of a metamorphosis. With that Temperance and the Queen of Cups, she's wearing all these pearls of wisdom. She's holding a cup up to her past, because I feel like that's why she's looking this way. Because the way we read in this country, it's from left to right. And I feel like that's why she's looking that way. And she's saying, you know what? Those situations, they may have sucked, but they made me who I am today. And I feel like that's a reflective quality that could be beneficial to you right now. You could either be in that energy already, as it's saying that it would be helpful if you are not in that energy. So we have this inner alchemy going on, and it's about really embracing who you are and your life experience. It's very unique. It's just for you. No one, even if someone did, think about it this way. If you have siblings, they grew up in the same household, same parents, but had a completely different experience. So think about that, because I know I'm much different from my siblings. Not all of my siblings grew up in the same house as me, but we're vastly different, you know. So there we go. There's that elegance. Let's see what's, excuse me. Let's see what's on the next row here. We have a card want to come out already. So yeah, there's that healing. And that is definitely a big part of this journey here. We see it, Four of Swords, Three of Swords, Queen of Cups, Temperance, a lot of swords energy here. Three of Swords, more Libra. So there's this element here of remembering the past and not forgetting what you've come from. Oh, wow. Nine of Wands, Wounded Warrior. Heck yeah. Oh, and then that Six of Pentacles. See? This is good, Gemini. This is really making the best out of your situation and not giving up on yourself. Look at this. We have the 9 and 10 of Wands in the same row. And we also have the Three of Swords, the Two of Swords, Death, Six of Pentacles. I mean, wow. Holy smokes. All right. 10 of Wands, Sagittarius energy. I'm Saggy, Sun, and Moon. Gemini is my rising sign. So this is, I get this reading. I totally get it. 10 of Wands. This is you being undeterred, not giving up. And we see that here with the Nine of Wands too. It's interesting that this has been happening so much in my readings. We'll have, this element here and this element here, and then there'll be a matching set on the other side or some other, So this is very interesting to me. Very interesting. This could be speaking about your journey of healing, like you're not going to give up on yourself. And wow, don't. Please don't ever give up on your healing. I think also what this is saying is that this healing is a journey for you. And it's something that it may never feel complete. I hate to say that, but it's one of those things where the knowledge you have from what you've healed and learned about your situation so far can carry you through the rest of this life. So when things do happen, and they will, unfortunately, you'll be able to push through it. You've got the strength of character now that when these things happen, they're not going to shake you that badly. You know what I'm saying? You have real strength of fortitude here in the face of heartache or things that don't work out. And I think, trusting your intuition is a really big deal here, because if we look at this reflection in the past, and there's definitely things coming up for you to deal with here, is maybe with this eclipse energy, it's time to let them come to the surface and then deal with them. What did you learn? How did it make you stronger? And then release it and stop thinking about the negative aspects of it, of why did this happen to me and things like that. Okay. Two of Swords. This is kind of saying to me, because this is a card of indecision, right? That you've come to a place now where you trust your intuition and you're standing guard with this Nine of Wands. You're not going to let anything, it could be coming from inside you too. You're not going to let anything, like, I'm trying to figure out the words. Okay, let me give you an example. Let's say you meet someone new, but you get that weird feeling in your gut. There's that familiar, awkward feeling. nervousness, and something's not quite right about that person, but you don't know them. But your body, your physical body is telling you, man, this doesn't feel right. There's something about this person, it's off, it's not right. And it doesn't matter what face they're showing you. That's your intuition telling you there's something nefarious, something's not right with that person. And so I think this, what this is saying is you now trust your intuition and you're guarding it. You're not going to let someone, trick you or misrepresent themselves. You're going to trust that first intuition with someone, and you're just going to be like, nope, they're not getting in. That's what I'm trying to say here. I don't know how to put that in another context, but that's what I'm feeling. So, this wounded warrior here is part of you now, and it's a part of you that is protecting you. And so I don't think you're going to have this wishy-washy indecision about people. Well, they make me feel nervous, but that could just be all in my head. No, it's not. If you're feeling it in your gut, it's your intuition. Okay? That's what's happening here. Guarding your intuition. When you trust yourself and you've extrapolated, it's a funny word, what you can from your past and understand how it's made you more whole and made you more strong and a lot more caring for yourself, a transformation happens and you begin to see your self-worth. And that's the big thing with this reading here, Gemini. This self-worth is about more than just these pentacles, and the very literal translation of how much you get paid for what you do, your self-worth in that way. What is your time, effort, and energy worth? I think you're understanding that all of this connects. How you feel about yourself and how you allow other people to treat you. Because if you don't have a high sense of self and a high self-regard, oh my gosh, the ne'er-do-wells and nudniks are just going to come in and they're going to wreak havoc. But they can't if you're standing guard. You're saying, no, 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 I'm going to trust my intuition here. I know that there is better for me out there. Really put yourself kind of on a pedestal. Know that there is plenty of people out there that are not nearly good enough for you, not even close. It's okay to be in that energy, and you should be. I'm not saying be arrogant or anything like that, but know your self-worth and fiercely defend it and trust your intuition. That's what I'm feeling with these energies here for you, Gemini. All right, let's get this last row. And that's really important here because you're leaving behind this Five of Pentacles energy and this Four of Cups as well. So this is a big deal. You're finally figuring out who you are and what your worth is. It is fantastic. All right, look at this. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles. Yeah. Oh, heck yeah, that's pre-Empress energy. Yeah, you deserve the best. Why not? Celebrate. Three of Cups. And now we have the Four of Pentacles on the Five. That's funny. All right. And Gemini. So here's that adjustments are required with the Four of Cups. If you're not enjoying what you do, something has to change because you really should. I feel like everyone should be enjoying what they are spending their time, effort, and energy and money on, you know? And so this reading is interesting because it is talking about your resources, but it's also talking about how you value yourself. And so we have this Four of Cups energy. One of my least favorite cards, to be honest, because this guy is not doing anything. He's not happy. He's just sitting there, though. That inaction just drives me nuts. What action do we have here? We have some action with the wands and that temperance and, so something, and we have this change here. I think it's finally going to get to you. That's what's happening eventually. So if you are in a place where you feel kind of stuck in a rut and you're just not satisfied, This is talking about having gratitude for the little things. Try to find something here that you can have gratitude about. Okay. I know it's hard. I do it. I have to do it every day. It's a daily thing before I go to bed, before I go to sleep. Those are the last thoughts on my mind. What am I grateful for? And it makes a big difference to have that be the last thing on your mind when you slip into that subconscious. Very important. So that's a little bit of advice there. But the 9 of Pentacles is I think this is a good energy to be crossing this 4 of Cups because this is saying that you might want to do more with your personal development because that's that path to the path of mastery. So consider this as your ultimate or getting close to this is a goal, right? Put this in a future, some point, and now you have something to work towards. So I think that's really important here to have some type of a goal or a plan. So that's why the squirrel came in. It says make a plan for the future and life will give you all you need. Because if you don't know where you're going, it doesn't matter what path you're on or the wind pushing your sails if you don't have a direction. So I feel like there needs to be some direction coming in here. And that's why that 9 of Pentacles is showing up. It's that gratitude, but it's some place in the future that you can reverse engineer is what I'm getting. And it's also highlighting here that we have commitments and partnerships, right? And then community and socialization. So an interesting combo to have right here. So your commitments and partnerships and who you are communicating with, who you are friends with is very, very important to your future growth. And I've said this so many times, if you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So this is asking you, what of these partnerships and commitments are they beneficial? Quality over quantity. Are they lifting you up? Are they celebrating you? Are they, it's not that you even have to have people that are actively giving you encouragement. You don't need outside encouragement. I mean, some people might, but it's best if it comes from within you. And you get that by putting action towards something. Because motivation follows action. It doesn't come first. If you're waiting on motivation, you're going to be just waiting forever. But this is saying that it's really important who you are spending your time with, who you've been committing your time to. I think that's very important. And so quality over quantity when it comes to who you're spending time with. Very important. Ooh. All right. So big change coming up here. I think it's interesting that it's right opposite of the 4 of Swords and the 7 of Pentacles. We have 4 again over here and the 5 of Pentacles. So the 5 of Pentacles, it's one of those cards, but it is part of the path to mastery. It's something that some of us go through. I know not all of us go through the 5 of Pentacles, but it's not the best time. But when you have these situations where you feel maybe lost, abandoned, you might be feeling even ill in some cases, depending on how bad the situation is. It can make you physically ill. It's time for a change. And that's what it's saying here. It's time to change something. It's time to let go. What are you holding on to from the past? Are you not willing to let these things go? This could be a poverty like mindset, something you grew up with. Money is hard to make. Money doesn't grow on trees, things like that. And so what I like about the 5 of Pentacles is that it is a 5. It's temporary. Whatever this challenge, it's temporary. And the 5 of Pentacles is saying, we see this kid, he's got crutches. They probably are sick in some way, or they're focused on, all the bad thing that's happening to him, kind of like that 4 of Cups energy. But this is saying you've got to get out of that. You have to think positively about yourself. You have to think about what your strengths are, not your weaknesses, and play to that. And that's kind of like that Nine of Pentacles again. What do you need to do? What would your future self do to get you in a better place? And that it comes back to that self-worth. You have to know that you are worth more than maybe this current situation is giving you. And so I'm a little worried here with that Four of Pentacles. This is a good stuffs read. So it could be that you are rethinking what you're holding on to. Are you holding on to some aspect of your past that is preventing you from moving forward? So this feels like a time of deep, deep, deep self-reflection here for you, Gemini. And I think you'll come out of this. I think you'll come out of this with a greater sense of self and a different sense of what is worth holding on to. Because this is probably one of the things that's changing for you. You know, what are you holding on to? And it needs to be the best aspects of you, your strengths, not your weaknesses. So this is probably one of the most complicated and struggle-worthy readings of this week for the Good Stuffs read. But the great thing is, there is a struggle here for sure. There's healing. But we have you coming out with self-worth and, you know, this wounded warrior, this lot of boundaries here, like good, healthy boundaries being established, happiness, and you're taking away like the best parts of this struggle, right? How did it make you stronger? Wow. But there needs to be a release. You can do that with that eclipse energy. It's only going to be seen in, I think, the Antarctic mid-February, but the energy is still there. There it is, learning to love yourself. I choose to see the beauty in me. My wealth, oh, there it lies in my nature and potential. I transform my weaknesses into strengths. I realize that I am a being of light and I allow myself to shine. This is all about your self-worth, Gemini, all about your self-worth. Hold on to the best aspects. Wow. I mean, this whole thing is about learning to love yourself. Wow. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. This could be a very trying time for you, Gemini, which is interesting because a lot of your readings lately have been about this gigantic metamorphosis of leaving the past behind and moving forward. And this could just be part of that process of, you know, stepping into that new life. I mean, if you've had a struggle in your past, like a big struggle, like what we're seeing here, it takes a lot of self-love to move past it, round and round. Yeah. It's time to break a cycle for sure. Oh, yeah. To be focused on your healing and your happiness. You know, triumph after difficulty. I feel like this is where you come out on top. I don't know why my readings have felt like this lately. It feels like this is like maybe past or current energy, and then this is like the future energy. Could be. It's like they're coming out in reverse. I don't know why. It's like, here's what there is to look forward to at the top. Temptation. Oh boy. Are you in denial about an unhealthy habit? Perhaps one that makes you feel guilty. This fairy says you have the power to overcome temptation, whatever its guise. Woo! Gemini. And we didn't see the Devil card come up, and that has been coming up for a lot of people. That's very interesting. Ooh. And this is a good stuffs read. So there's this, but the struggle here is it's immense. Set healthy boundaries. There it is. Right there. So a lot of confirmation with these oracle cards that we're on the right path here for sure. We have Apple. Oh God, temptation will test you. Gemini. Oh my goodness. Trust your intuition. That's what I was feeling with that indecision. There could be something coming up here that is very tempting to you, but it's not the same person or situation, but you're going to get that uneasy feeling. Trust your intuition. Fly a period of ill health or depression. Ugh. Ah. I don't think it's terrible, but it's that 5 of Pentacles. Man, dealings or relationship with a man. Gemini, this is a good stuff's read. It is. You know what? Let's do a little extra for you because this was a tough reading. Hold on. All right. I know this was tough if you're going through this. It's supposed to be good stuff's read, and it is. Clearing these things out is excellent. So let's get an angel number for you and see what message we get here. I might have to do a bonus good stuffs read for you, or just a bonus good stuffs for air signs. Compromise 0707. Self-awareness, forgiveness, professionalism, empathy, tenacity, and freedom. Let go of what no longer serves you and stop holding on to grudges. Yeah, see, it's still coming out even in the angel number messages. Wow. So that could be holding on to grudges and things like that for sure. Express your emotions and aim towards a compromise where there's a lack of understanding. It's best to just move on. The truth will set you free. Wow. Gemini. Oh, Lordy Lou. All right, let's get your crystal message. Yeah, it's time to just let something go. You're so much stronger than you know. All right. All right, crystal message. We have nature, moss agate. Helps to connect with nature spirits and earth divas. It reminds you to take a walk in the park, explore the woods, or take up gardening. Carrying moss agate brings balance, harmony, and the feeling of wholeness. Okay. Carrying, let's see, tucked in plant boxes. It helps ailing plants thrive and flowers bloom. Health-wise, moss agate speeds up recovery and counteracts illness. So that would be good. Affirmation 2, replenish my soul. I take time to connect with nature. There you go. Love yourself, Gemini. Have very high self-worth, self-esteem. And I think you'll be on your way. So I might, depending on what the other 2 air sign readings are, if they're a bit challenging, I might do a bonus for you guys today. We'll see. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.